Hello, welcome to Boardgames with Niramas, and welcome to the show where Andreas
Good morning.
checks the little pink folder. We are back for the number 3, and we've been doing this every morning for 3 weeks now. So you have to excuse us.
Thank God Santa Claus is coming to town soon.
Santa is coming. Oh, he's already here.
Oh.
But
You have to thank my wife who taking care of my kids for a month.
What did you bring your kids today?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
They're not in the car.
Oh, okay. Like yesterday. No. Anyway, let's talk about the top 3 games of our favorite games, and let's get started with number 3.
Bronze medal.
Bronze medal goes to
Terraforming Mars.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
That's a
it.
surprise. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought
Terraforming
you
Mars.
had it higher up. Oh.
Yeah. It has been one of my absolute favorite games since it was released back in 2016. I think there's. Remember going to Essen the first time and speaking to the Fricks family and having to buy it in Germany while it was a game produced by Swedes. I thought that was amusing. This game has had. I played so many. This is the game I played the most of all games ever. I played more than 100 multiplayer games, which is a lot in 5-6 years, I think. It has some great expansions. They have constantly added more and more content to the game. Maybe not recently, but they're still releasing small promo packs with new cards. And every time I'm like, oh, I need to have that card.
Fan-made maps.
Yeah. There are so many good things about that. The game itself, the first 20 times I played it was like a big exploration phase. It took me at least 20 games before I thought like, oh, I played this game. I've seen this before, this path or something. While other games are like more scripted. I'm not sure, but like this is so far from scripted as you can possibly get. I mean, you're dealt
things happen.
a hand of cards out of like a huge deck of cards, and just try to do something clever with it. I can't imagine this ever leaving my top circle of games. I think we play it too little.
I agree. It's one of the games.
Yeah, I think it's like we have played this
compared to how much we like it.
There's a lot of games we like that we
instead
don't play often
we spend time on things like Victorian British women running around making tea, stuff like
trying
that.
new games. Yeah.
If you don't try new games, you can't find that.
Yeah. We don't need to play any new games really.
No,
we have enough games.
Stop publishing games then.
Yeah, and this is not Terraforming Mars, but per se. But I'm looking forward to the dice game.
Oh yeah.
Being released. We played a bunch of different versions of it, prototypes, and we played it back. We played the last prototype back during the summer, which was great.
That was the finished version.
So as close as possible, and I'm really hoping. I really hope that it will be as good as we think it is as well.
I think so though, in this case. Yeah.
So great game, Terraforming Mars.
It is a good game. It's a good choice.
Decent
game.
All right.
So my number 3, I think you mentioned this already.
Probably. I have all the good games.
Yeah. Grand Austria Hotel.
I did not.
You did not. Okay.
It's just outside, like 30 or something.
But I think this was my number 3 last year as well. So nothing really changed here. But it's just I like the puzzle of this game. It's not so much interaction on this game. There's a few to drafting your guests, but it's just a solitaire puzzle basically. So, that I really enjoyed, and it sort of clicks for me in a good way in serving the guests, bringing them to a hotel room, and the whole thing around it just
it's very satisfying.
It's very satisfying, and it's sort of, and what I like the most is the Emperor's Track, where you really need to focus on this one, but you can also choose, depending on the reward or the penalty, you can choose not to do it one of the 3 times, because it might not be so bad for you. Then you can skip it and just make sure that you sort of don't miss the next one. So you need to time that how you walk on the Emperor's Track, which I think is just a great element into a game, sort of because it keeps you always focused on. We talked about underwater cities when you have the plate order thing as well. What's it called? I don't know on track. Just how important that is in the game to make sure that you sort of always to make a good result basically. And I like the expansion. There's a lot of modules in this one. I do not like that's Waltz expansion because I think it just sort of makes the game not needed whatsoever. But there are the asymmetric hotel entrances, and there's some the celebrities and some more of the good stuff, which are good add-ons to the game, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I want to play it again, of course, but I'm perfectly happy with just the base game at this stage. Like I feel like there's a lot to explore in there.
Did you play with the celebrities?
Yeah.
When you played it?
No, I don't think so.
Didn't with the colored dice?
Oh that we did.
That is a module. The expansion.
It's a fun. The mechanic is fun in the space, but the color dice really added stuff. So yeah, I do like those.
Yeah, it opens up crazy combos. With the celebrities. You can time them right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely a good game. I mean, it's crazy high up for you, Mats, but I mean, you played it way more than I did, so
play it on.
Yeah, I think it's great. Sometimes just frustrating when it does not click. It feels like you are so close, and you
one resource, but you need one strudel or you need whatever.
One cake.
I think
strudel and the cake.
One of the games that I really like to play asynchronous as well. Wasn't it called? Yeah, when you play it out of
turn-based.
Oh, okay.
So I think because you can do that on Yukata, it's great because you can do your thing and then it doesn't really matter. So
I actually liked a little bit of like luck element as well when like you can choose to re-roll, pause and then roll dice. It's like exciting when
and you put one die in the trash.
I like that. Push your luck in there.
That's fun.
And it has a lot of small mechanisms from other games that I like combined into one, and I think they all work together from what I've seen so far. So.
That's great.
All right, my number 3 was 6 last year, so this has moved up, and it's mainly, I guess, because I played it more, and I played the expansion, and played through the solo campaign of Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is my number 3, and this is very close here in the top. These days, actually, I mean, this could have almost been number 1 at this stage because I think it's so good. Like, this is a game I also play on BGA, and I love it on BGA as well. And I don't win that much anymore. Like, I used to win a lot when they released it because I think people were new to the game and already knew it. But yeah, it's so good. And I mean, this is a game I definitely prefer it on the table with the expansion and playing with people. This is one that is like perfect weight for me and how much like decision-making anxiety I get. There's a lot of like paths to how you want to get to things, and it actually, I think that's why it's been such a success. And I am pretty mainstream because my brain probably works like most people do. I mean, because you're sitting there being like, well, I need to do that. I need like one more tablet. How am I gonna get that? And then you sort of start working out a way to get there. It's so satisfying. It's one of those games that's so satisfying what you're doing in the game. So I have such a good time playing it. I really want to play it more multiplayer with the expansion because I haven't played like I have played them in solo. I tried all the different characters, but how they interact and how they work, so good.
Yeah, I like the multiplayer version when you're playing 3. I think that's a sweet spot for this game.
3 is great
because then you have the tightness of the sort of the worker placement part, and the exploration track it doesn't really matter because you can play solo or how many because it doesn't. There's a race for some rewards, but I mean the tightness becomes in the sort of areas.
The worker placement part.
I think that's a good thing. So that's why I think I prefer it as a 3 to 4 player game rather than one solo. Solo's okay. Campaign was really nice, but.
Yeah, and I really like the deck building of this. We joked about this earlier, but like there's so many like it has such a big impact on like what you're doing in the first like 2 rounds, what cards you're buying, and especially it has this thing that is not that common. It's a little bit similar almost to Aeon's End, where like when you buy a card, it goes to the bottom of your deck, and then depending you will draw 5 cards, or you have effects that lets you draw cards. So you know when it's gonna come. You can plan ahead, and you can.
If you have good memory.
Yeah. But like you can really like, okay, so if I buy that card, that helps me explore. I want to explore later on. You can start planning, and you can even have like I played the other day, and I had an effect where like I can draw a card, and I just like I've been like, okay, so I have 5 cards in my deck, but if I buy that one, it goes to the bottom. Now I have 6. I will draw 5. Well, I can draw the top card just to get rid of it, because then I know I will have those 5 on my next hand. There's a lot of strategy in this, and I think maybe that was something that it's easy to overlook the first time you play it, and it might like look like you're just buying a bunch of cards, but there's a lot going into that, because most deck builders have the thing, you buy it, it goes to your discard pile, you reshuffle, you don't even know when it's going to come up. But being able to plan just adds another layer of like, you know, agency in the game. It's not that much randomness that it's in most deck builders. So
yeah, I mean, it feels like that you need to buy cards, even though the cards might not be perfect for you, because you can't afford every card, and if you're not buying cards. So I wonder about how much deck building it actually is. I mean, you're building your deck obviously, but if
you have more control over the deck building than most.
Yeah, but there might not be cards that you can afford available.
Well, I mean, the market row exists in a lot of deck builders. So
and so maybe
something in Clank, I think it's very similar in how. But the thing here, I think that's very thematic as well, is the further into the game you get, the harder it is to get hold of items, but it's easier to get artifacts. So.
And that's also very interesting. A deck builder that has 2 different markets, 2 different piles, and they shift. That also adds another layer to the classic formula. So.
And also how, I mean, if you buy an item, you put it in the bottom of your deck, but when you buy an artifact, you trigger the effect right away for free, and then you put it in your player, and then the next time you play, you need to pay to activate
super
the card.
combo game.
And it's not just when you buy new cards. It's also if I have 3 cards in my deck and I played a bunch of cards, those will be shuffled up and put at the bottom. I know some of them will come up with those 3 that I already have. There's so much that goes into this that I think maybe it's easy to overlook at first, but like I started realizing like how much impact that has on my success in the game. Yeah, such a great game, Lost Ruins of Arnak, and I can really recommend it, of course, here. So yeah, that's number 3. 2 more to go each. And Draco liked that game as well.
He's here to say like and subscribe.
Oh, is that what he's trying to say? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, thank you for watching, everyone.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.